Hi, hello everyone, Luke Smith here. Saturday the 3rd of April. No, it's May this time. It's May. The 3rd of May, not April. 40 minutes past 9 in the PM. Doing a quickie reading today. I had this bookmarked for a couple of weeks now. Or over that. Goddess Logs. Chris Clan did basically a diary in jail as a coping mechanism. I'm guessing, and he called it the Goddess Log. So we're gonna read it. I don't believe I did this one before. However, watching the latest part of the Chris Clan documentary from Gamer from Mars, I realised that this might be new to new on this thing right here. So the Goddess Log is a journal Chris has kept in Central Virginia Regional Jail while held on his charge of incest. It is mentioned in several of Chris's letters from jail. Chris's 27th of November 2021 letter to Kenneth Engelhart mentions that he began keeping the journal on or before August 7th, 2021. Although it is not known when he began calling it the Goddess Log. See, it was basically a diary before that. The logs are separate. The logs are separated into 8 known volumes, and each consists of roughly 100 pages. Jesus, that's a lot of writing. Luckily, it's only snippets in this page, so don't worry. Whenever Chris wrote enough, he would send the pages off to 14 Franklin Court for Barbara to look after. Why? Why would you send your basic rape Bible to your victim? Like, seriously now. You shouldn't even be there. This resulted in the 5th volume being lost due to irrecoverable water damage that occurred in her care. Now she decided to wash them because she's got dementia and she doesn't know what she's doing half the time. Chris also makes a mention in the November 2021 letter of the CWCki records, a compendium of all universal thoughts, events, words, and emotion recorded for all time in the religion of theosophy. I don't know. Chris claims to have gotten several of the things that he has recorded in the logs from the CWCki Guardian, who is the scribe of those records. Chris was released from jail on the 27th of March 2023. In October 2023 live stream, he mentioned that his crew were working on transcribing the Goddess Logs pages for publication. According to the Prater, the Goddess Logs is hundreds of pages long and must be censored to remove the names and addresses within it. So in other words, he basically doxes people's addresses in his little book. So yeah, how many? As things like if you sent him a letter when he was in jail, he has your address. He's written your address down. So yeah, it's a bit dumb on your part for sending him letters. On the 9th of February 2024, Chris read 9 days worth of pages from the Goddess Log, starting from the date 5th of February 2022. On the 20th of September 2024, the newly released Quicklight website revealed excerpts from the Goddess Log dated 23rd of November 2022. On the 11th of April 2025, the Gamer from Mars revealed that he has full access to the Goddess Logs and showed experts in part 5 of the Chris Clan conspiracy documentary. So we are going to read those experts now. I'm going to pull this one up. This looks to be the cover of it. So, selected transcripts. Volume 1, page 6. The bond was denied for now due to the minority of fakers and haters among my flock and followers of the collective. Page 44. Goddess Log Numbers Part 1, Chris Clan Sonicu. It's a cloudy morning, but good enough for this day to be a alternative beta timeline. What Magican wrote yesterday was very much true and fact. Keep forgetting this is how Chris Can talks. It's annoying. Have known of this paradox event and my physical jump from the timeline I am supposed to be on and shall return to. I was not fully prepared to face and encounter Sockness. That's Jacob Sockness, the creepy man that wanted to basically molest him in person, and much less the curse he has placed on China about less than 2 years ago. They ended up spreading worldwide in the beta timeline. So he thinks that Jacob Sockness created the pandemic. But regards of this timeline slipping downwards to fail, I shall wish to take in as much good out of it and help it for as long as I'm here. Know that by Jesus Christ of this timeline, personal word and duty, he has entrusted unto me all of his powers and energy, and has stepped down as your Lord. Yeah, Jesus has retired. It's Chris Can's turn now. That honour, duty and title has been entrusted unto me now, so feel his presence among my own, and the strongest within my body and aura. I, Chris Can Sonicu, Goddess Bluehearts, am also your gilding Lord. My brother Jesus Christ leaves one final decree and guidance personally to know all now. Page 87. This is wild already. A real wild card aggressive human named Charlie Spells constantly bangs on his cell door at least 10 times, yelling rooster noises and whatnot, not bringing peace at all. Well, you are in jail, ain't you? So you need to get used to that kind of thing. Page 91. Chris, body physical, God body. Well, I had hell of an evening, since Christine was needed extensively in Crickville, and in both all of 1C211987 and 1218 Earths. She left me, took all of herself, lock, stock and barrel. I ended up on the floor and unconscious, comatose for over an hour, literally, and the Gurkops present mocked and guided my serious plight. In other words, she basically collapsed. I'm guessing. I'm pretty sure it's quite normal over there, especially with someone with Chris Can's lack of brains. Either that, or she decided. Well, I keep calling it she, but he's not a real woman. He decided to basically do I'm gonna make a scene, pretend that I'm collapsed, and hopefully someone will help me. But obviously the police saw through it. Volume 2, page 11. Goddess Log, October 6, 2021. Ember McLean. Dear Diary, well, it happened. Barbara's come to visit. I doubt it. I really doubt it. I believe from Barbara's trip from Hemiko Jail and Regency Inn. Christine's 2 phones and iPads are safe at home. The video game consoles, I believe, stayed at home as well. Regardless, by Heaven's Armies, all that has been confiscated from the Sonicu Temple shall be immediately returned there. And the police who stole the items, they didn't steal it, they just confiscated it until further notice. And the entire police station and whoever has these items present shall be punished or slaughtered by Heaven's soldiers. Yeah, you're basically threatening the police right there. Page 56. After returning to my body shortly after its second dream conclusion, I started my day one more time for now, and making and eating the last pack of instant chicken ramen noodle soup. with part of RP's great donation. I keep forgetting people can still donate to him in there. I ordered 3 more chicken soups, as well as a sample platter with beef, shrimp, chili soups, and an easy cheese and mac with jalapeno cheese squeezer. Looking forward to more this coming Friday the 29th. He's eating like a king in there. I always thought they give people slop. It has been another long day with more solitaire, more healing meditations, and more astral manifested work on my past, and more universe, cosmos, and ashkic connections with my body. I ended up feeling some bored and sleepy at one point. I will write more insights shortly enough. Page 69, Goddess Log, 11/04/2021. That's the date, 11th of April or the 4th of November, American. Part 1, Jesus Christ Clan Sonichu. Well, aside from continued events and progressions, today has started off well, with becoming acquainted with high rank officer Kitchen. She wears a fuzzy lab coat and brown slacks, but later into Nell. I will have to put on my mask over my body's nose. The possessed screaming lady inmate has made a massive poop mess all over her cell, and the officers are now working to clean it up. The smell is rank enough to fume in his cell. Did they put him into a loony bin? Like, is this prison a lunatic asylum or something? It sounds like it. Page 89. Well, this morning I had a very short court date in rescheduling the next court update. Moot with my second coming and all. I also spoke with David Hallberg. He mentioned the idea of sending me to a facility in Pennsylvania to help me. My body was all hell no. Send me home to the Sonichu Temple now, or premature apocalypse again, death threats. Said it out loud to the judge as well. My body reacted and went ritualistic in the temp jail cell at Rackersville Sheriff's Office. Yeah, even though this was ages ago and we all know the outcome, it probably didn't help his case. Needless to say, that bitch literally stole from God, and she is going to be majorly punished by the Heaven's Army soldiers tonight. Let all know, though, these divine revelations, truths about me and these present events, in the loss of this one thieving jerk-up now. I wonder if the police actually read all this. Probably. Redacted, volume 3, page 13, redacted text via blur. The observed dream featured another vision of Left Behind 1218 Earth after our second coming and shifting to the collective of 1C Earth, as well as the dream segments of fighting and neutralizing some demons and finding and hooking up with Tiffany Gowan. I don't know who Tiffany Gowan is. Who is Tiffany Gowan? We'll have a look in a minute. Page 52. This inmate's self-counterpart in C197 was 3 months pregnant but died 6 months ago. She and the child's soul migrated here, but both went into the baby. The baby has 3 souls in it upon arrival. Also with these events, demons has been scouring this jail building. Redacted text via blur. The baby has arrived with the demon inside it, and the baby is literally a ticking paradox bomb, not set to sticking around long. In other words, he's basically saying it's a Horcrux. That's it. He's saying that the baby's a Horcrux. Page 78. Also, we ended up making a new inmate friend with our neighbour Travis in cell 3. Decent, neutral, good individual. Also Jewish and possibly autistic. He wanted some coffee, but for he was put on a diet. I shared some in extra Ziploc tea bag. He gave me his culture trade, which was good. Culture is basically like fish and that. Volume 4, page 13, redacted text via blur. With my further heightened psychic senses, we ended up sensing blood pressure spikes a few times as the body literally lit up like a light bulb, and I had consciously focused and grounded myself well to hold on. Redacted text again. Partly virus effects. Oh yeah, he had coronavirus as his stay, wasn't he? But as later confirmed on WTOP 107.7 FM radio station, news station, the rocket was launched during that time, and a literal rift in the solar storm shocked, and the rocket knocked 40 satellites out of orbit into the Earth's atmosphere. Yet another meta sign of Putin's WW3 attack on Ukraine. It's not World War III, it's just an attack on a single country. But yeah, he's basically blaming the Russians for something that didn't happen. Volume 7, page 2. Barbara, as of yesterday, was not only still alive and well enough, but she is a redneck stubbornly still actually Sonic Temple. Suffice to state, on this news had put our body and mind into a bit of a frenzy mental state. I had to expel the energy and entity out of further frustration. Redacted text to blank censor. In other words, I said this like years ago when this was mentioned. First of all, he couldn't wait for Barbara to die so he could go back to the Sonic Temple or his house. At the minute, yes, he can go back there. I think everything's been dropped completely, but he really shouldn't be seeing his mother since he molested her, and yeah, it's actually quite bad. Page 12. Barbara is in a Rosicru form body on C197's Earth half, and the human body that lives at the Sonic Temple is lingering as a partial soul, former shell of herself. Redacted text via blur. We and our body still can't weep once again for the pending loss of Barbara's human body. Page 44. So yeah, another emotional upset. Paradox aside, deep down, body had actually wanted to return home with Barbara still there. Good grief. Frankly, we know to be in Barbara's presence once again would not only be heavily emotional, but extremely awkward and deeply discomforting, especially with what little life Barbara still remains in Barb. 56. Finally able to resume after the big gamble's result. As foreseen, I was arrested. Oh yeah, we know that. I played it honest and natural because I was counting and appreciating my blessings. I did not argue or yell at the police. I happily complied. As I have foreseen in the long run, the bigger picture and the for I and the collectives between both universes' halves, this particular outcome, and I had my choices. I felt this was the safest and most healing for I and everyone. So when was this then? He probably realised that he should have. Well, he was calm when he was arrested, not for the start of it, but afterwards. But yeah, he just remembers that in page 54, 56. Volume 8, page 26. Well, now, Josh Null Moon had directly attacked a famed though transgender individual. Oh, this is like Keffels again, isn't it, that bitch? They fired back immensely and reported Kiwi Farms and Null. The Kiwi Farms site that was started purely as a CWC hate forum site, gone completely clean. Good holy buy. and nothing was backed up from the Kiwi farms. I think they did. I think they had a backup from the Kiwi farms, because it's back up. Like, it's under a different server, but it is back up. So they can never come back with the past hatred and toxicity against me. Now, people thought that was Keffels, the toxic tranny woman who's really a man, because obviously UK law states that trans women are men. People were thinking that he did it. I think it was Lucas, wasn't it? Yeah, his name was Lucas. People thought that he did it, but it was, like, I think more than that. Is basically the Chris Clan supporters and everything doing it. As a combination of all of them, really, I think. But the site's back up now. It's all good. Miscellaneous Goddess Log, 24th of September 2021. Ember McLean, dear diary. Last night I was after freaking Ramos finally shut the hell up, I managed to get a few more dreams that were cool, including this one held in Equestria. This body and I, on behalf of Christine, were invited by Twilight Sparkle and her family to a bonding ceremony. I witnessed the dragons, Spike and Ember, being bonded with Twilight. This sounds like a porno already. And even myself, or a threesome then. I saw the appearance of Christine's cutie mark icon drawn in neo-spiritual Christianity symbol. Outside my dream, there was a holy confirmation of a heart and 2 bolts. Her shakalate crystal and the cross that has been affixed to it in her past life over 2,000 years ago. But in the dream, I ended up asking Candice what the open loop under her cross meant. She told me it had a meaning, and symbolized a destination, perhaps even destiny. It keeps going. I thought we was going to be finished with this. Central Virginia Regional Jail Institutional Classification Committee. Date 12/15/2021. Inmate's name Christine Chandler Christina. Say its surname first. Block in the booking block. Sentence, not sentence. ICC recommendations. It recommended that this inmate remains in administrative segregation for the inmate's safety and to ensure the security and control of the facility. In other words, Chris Cameron absolutely bonkers. Greater the Renaissance and spiritual recognition with therein lies the. According to the Gamer from Mars, Chris allegedly got into multiple arguments with guards, in which he demanded to have his technology returned to him. Anyone who attempts to deny Christine and / or body of their technology, internet, phone, shall each fall immediately with heavy gases and fall spontaneously. Jesus Christ can Sonichu. Again with the death threats. Like, seriously, calm yourself down. Presumably 8th of September 2021. Also another restriction. Due to the separate issue when I had replied to Gordon's letter in regard to a theory on my internet and phone restricted, I have plans that must have me keep and use my phone and the internet. So I have asserted that with a suicide threat, valid move / bad move. I now have a we that is neutral, a will that is neutralized. I made my impact. During the observation time, razors are not permitted to me, and thus my beard of Jesus will complete the obvious image and the fact about me and my past life. So in other words, it sounds like he made the suicide note so they wouldn't send him anything to cut himself with, so he can grow a beard, so he can stop caving. Gamer from Mars has also revealed that Chris's allegedly pretended to be possessed by Ember McLean, a character from the cartoon show Danny Phantom Marlingale. Oh, okay. Okay, that was a cartoon character. I thought it was a real person. Hello to 1218 Earth. Your lovely ghost of rock and roll has arrived. It's your girl of flames on the scene, telling you all the haps. On my redemption tour, you know me. You remember my name is Ember McLean. Is that how she talks in the program? Chris allegedly wrote to run more commandments for followers of spiritual neo-spiritual Christianity to obey, updated and expanded. Sentient creatures are okay to have sex with as long as they can verbally consent or are not toxic. I thought that was going to be a bestiality thing for a minute. Commandment 11. All forms of sex and soul bonding, including masturbation, since they are that is a shameless self-love and self-healing. There's nothing shameless about having a wank. You can do it anytime. Polygamy, orgy, bondage, sadomasochism, satisfying most fetishes and pleasures for yourself and your partners, and even incest. That's why he did it with his mother. He thinks incest is cool. As long as you take birth control preventative measures. I'm pretty sure Chris Can didn't do that with Barbara, because yeah. And if any birth is to happen and they'll deeply extensively feel unable to care, support or cope with the child being present, you must abort it. Yeah, yeet that fetus. And unless you adopt or in-laws, you are non-biological. You cannot marry or be wed. So in other words, if you're adopted, you cannot do shit. It is all very well and good as long as you're involved fully consent. You shall not have sex or soul bond with another who is toxic or heavily demonic, legally underage, minors or children. That's the same thing, Chris. Or with the fully deceased and comatose unconscious. Well, you fucked your mother and she had dementia, so she's almost deceased. Well, her brain is anyway. She's still kind of there, but not really. So you completely contradicted yourself right there. The gamer from Mars claimed that there are multiple instances of Chris praying to be teleported back home. The shifts, events, and progressions continue onwards. What's on your body's mind once again? Get me home to the Sonic Temple right now. Please get me home to the Sonic Temple right now. Please get me home to the Sonic Temple. As Sven is basically losing it. Chris wrote mundane things such as his pull cards and other random numbers. Goddess log, that number, Jesus Christ Clan Sonic. First solitaire game of the day layout. 5 of hearts, K of clubs, 6 clubs, 8 diamond, 4 club, Q club. I never played solitaire in my life before, so I got no understanding on how it works. Today's Razor had the number 22, X4 and 5 on the butt. Dude, don't give him any items with sharp objects on it. Chris allegedly wrote about an incident where he was scolded for repeatedly signing court documents with Chris Clan Sonic. You gotta put your legal name, Chris. Come on now. Before the night was at midnight, we have finally received a letter from Halberg and Overstreet. He sent us more forms to sign, as Christine Weston Chandler, because some people were so dumb to not accept her signature, Chris Clan Sonic. Chris wrote about a person named Carey. The shifts continue on a greater steed. The meteors are on the paths over this earth. In their wake, rifts are being torn open in the veil between the two universe halves. The details are being confirmed today. Event horizons. Also, we have made further friendships time with our next door carey, a friend next door carey. Goddess log, another one. The date 21st of something. Jesus Christ can Sonicu. The shifts and events continue on. The Russian troops still encircle Ukraine, and Putin continues to play Decepticon to emphasize on the Decepticons. The two universe cores of 1218 and C197 are in further recombination. I am connected with both of them as the one universe core of C1. My body and I shall be cleared of the charges and legally released from this Gale building and return straight home to the Sonicu Temple very shortly from now. Well, you wasn't found guilty and you wasn't released on like bail. It was basically your time served. Essentially, it's time you was in there long enough. In other words, and you didn't go straight back to. I don't think you went straight back to the Sonicu Temple. I think he got picked up by Caden Peck, and went to his place, and that's where he lives to this very day. He sometimes returns to the Sonicu Temple, or his original house, but I don't think he can be there for very long because Barbara lives there now. So I'm gonna bring up some more of these pages, right here, so you can have a look. We got references here. We got Saga, the players, loads of players here, places where this all took place, and the Gale updates, which we already talked about. This page was last updated on the 11th of April 2025 at almost midnight. Let's have a look. We got this side up. You got part 2. So yeah, he written this on an envelope, as you can see. Oh, this is Tiffany Gowan. Okay, to be fair, I think I've already did this one, but I tell you what, I'm gonna put it on my bookmarks bar because I'll check if I did. And this is part 2 of it. He's like writing on envelopes. Part 4, and this is the part 13. So yeah, that was it for the Goddess log readings on the quickies. 30 minutes, Jesus. I hope you've enjoyed this little video. Tomorrow will be a weekly recap. I'm going to post 2 TikToks this weekend, or now. One tomorrow though. Next weekend, I'm probably going to have a look into Daniel Larson. See if there's any updates. If not, I'll do something else. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.